Hi everyone, I hope you've had a lovely summer break. I'm Flo, a Senior Subject Specialist at the PSHE Association. We're the official subject association for personal, social health and economic education, the subject which includes statutory relationship, sex and health education, or RSHE. As you may know, towards the end of the summer term, the Department for Education released the long-awaited updates to the statutory guidance for RSHE. We're getting to grips with the new guidance and what it means for the primary phase. So I wanted to share the key changes and some ideas on what to do next if you're responsible for PSHE at Key Stages 1 and 2. This guidance will replace the current 2019 guidance, but schools will have until September 2026 to adapt their curriculum policies to reflect these updated requirements. And we'll have all the training, advice and resources you need to get it right, including dedicated CPD for primary PSHE leads and teachers throughout the coming year. RSHE is about children's everyday lives and needs to reflect new and emerging issues that children are exposed to. So at Key Stages 1 and 2, there is new content to teach, slight amendments to some existing content, and other aspects that remain the same. So what new content will you need to be aware of? Here are 5 important examples. There's a greater focus on online safety and well-being. For example, pupils will learn about online financial harms, such as gaming, video game monetization, scams and fraud, as well as the reason for age restrictions on online content such as gambling websites and social media. The new guidance also includes content on helping pupils to critically engage with what they see online and recognise their rights, for example in relation to privacy, consent and personal data, with new learning around the importance of location settings, for instance. Within health education, there's renewed emphasis on helping pupils understand their bodies and the changes they might experience. This now includes learning the correct names for body parts, including genitalia. This reflects established best practice when it comes to giving children the knowledge and understanding they need to stay safe, including the ability to identify and report signs of abuse while reducing stigma. Many schools have been teaching this effectively for years, as part of their approach to safeguarding, but this addition to the statutory guidance brings welcome clarification and reassurance. We're really pleased to see the addition of personal safety to the statutory content, with an emphasis on recognising and reducing risk in the context of fire and travel safety, for example around water, roads and railways. There's new learning around change and loss, including bereavement, recognising that this can cause a range of feelings and that everyone grieves differently. Again, this is something many schools are already teaching, but if you'll need to incorporate this into your curriculum from September 2026, take a look at our change, loss and grief lessons for Key Stages 1 and 2, which come with comprehensive teacher guidance to support you to handle this sensitive topic with confidence. The guidance also includes an increased emphasis on skills as well as knowledge. For example, within relationships education, there's new learning around communicating effectively, developing the ability to be assertive and to express needs and boundaries. There's also an emphasis on skills for managing difficult feelings in the context of relationships, such as disappointment, frustration, and loneliness. And skills are highlighted in online context too. For example, pupils will now learn strategies for resisting pressure to share information or images online. And the guidance states that some schools may decide to cover image sharing or online sexual content in late primary, if this is something they know is affecting their pupils. The DfE emphasises that if schools choose to cover these topics, teaching should be age-appropriate and respectful of all children, including those who may have no familiarity with the topics under discussion. This is a really important point, and you can see how we've approached this in an age-appropriate way through our Pick Your Picks lesson pack for years 5 and 6. So how extensive are the changes? While there are a number of changes for primary schools to implement, rest assured that a lot of the content remains the same or similar. For example, in relationships education, much of the content around families, caring friendships, and being safe remains unchanged. Many aspects of health education also remain, including first aid, healthy eating, and physical health and fitness. Sex education is still not compulsory in primary schools, so the DfE still recommends that it is taught, and now specifies that the recommendation is for this teaching to take place in Year 5 and or Year 6. The parental right to withdraw from sex education remains. On balance, the tone of the guidance for the primary phase feels safe and positive. It opens with a set of guiding principles which include the importance of engagement with pupils and parents, positivity, careful sequencing, and skilled delivery of participative education. And throughout, there are frequent references to safe and effective practice, from establishing a safe learning environment to answering tricky questions, and from avoiding fear-based approaches to recognising PSHE's vital role in safeguarding children. It's also clear that relationships education should support children to grow into kind, caring adults who have respect for others and know how to keep themselves and others safe. From an inclusivity perspective, the guidance reminds schools to work with their pupils and be aware of their needs, including references to teaching about different types of families and making adjustments for pupils with special educational needs. References to pupils with SEND are now woven throughout various sections of the guidance, so it is a shame that the specific section on pupils with SEND is less detailed than the 2019 guidance. This doesn't mean schools are expected to place any less emphasis on getting RSHE right for pupils with SEND, of course, and we're continuing to build upon our support in this area. Finally, we're really pleased to see that throughout the guidance there's an emphasis on teacher agency and the importance of teachers being equipped to make decisions about the curriculum. Trusting primary teachers to choose when and how they teach some content, including how to sequence the curriculum and ensure participative and interactive lessons based on the needs of their school community, is really important for ensuring that PSHE education meets the needs of all pupils across the country. Whilst there will always be a few things that we might wish were slightly different, we feel this guidance is a real step forward and are looking forward to seeing it implemented in schools. But there's no rush. Remember, you'll have a year before these changes must be implemented. The government website states this updated statutory guidance is for introduction on the 1st of September 2026. So it doesn't all have to happen immediately. It's important to take your time to get this right. And we'll take you through the necessary considerations step by step, starting with advice on updating policies in September, and then further guidance as the term progresses. You can make the most of the year ahead by speaking to your pupils and your parents' community, auditing what you already have and what already works. To help you with this, we've updated our audit tools with the new guidance so you can cross-reference what you're already covering and what you need to build on. Make sure you take this opportunity to train your teaching staff so they can teach PSHE lessons confidently. We have new RSHE in-person and live online CPD courses to help you get to grips with the changes and to build that vital sense of agency within your team. And don't forget, if you need more support or you don't know where to start, you'll find guidance on our website and our new library of on-demand training, which you and your whole staff team can access via our School Plus membership package. We're so looking forward to working with you to make sure this guidance supports better PSHE education for all children and young people.